Building Materials reported results for the last quarter, and to go through the numbers and speak to the company's outlook more broadly and the tariff situation, of course, we're joined by the company's CEO, Amar Boman. He joins us from Vancouver. Amar, thanks a lot for joining us. I'm seeing that you had revenue in the fourth quarter of nearly $708 million. Gross margin came in at 16%, and adjusted EBITDA came in at about $52 million. How did those numbers stack up to the same quarter a year earlier?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Paul. You know what, it stacked up nicely for a couple of reasons. We had a little bit of a late fall push in consumer demand, October, November. We didn't really see that coming, but we're pleasantly surprised with it. And then certainly our acquisition of Tucker Lumber in the Carolinas, which was a large acquisition for us, about $300 million US. We certainly saw the gains coming there as far as revenue, margin, and EBITDA. So fourth quarter was a good one for us, and we're pretty pleased with it.
Why don't we talk about that CM Tucker acquisition? That acquisition, I think I hear you saying, has closed now, and we're beginning to see contributions to sales and to profit from CM Tucker. Is that correct?
Correct. You're now starting to see those in the results that we just reported, and we'll have a full year coming up this year with CM Tucker now in our fold.
What are your aspirations for that acquisition? How much of it, when it's fully integrated and you've done all that you want with that acquisition for the time being, what kind of contribution to revenue and profit is it going to make?
It's going to be a big percentage. You know, CM Tucker is a 100-year-old business. The family has stayed on to operate the business with us as we go forward, like many of our acquisitions. So frankly, we're very excited about it in size. It added close to 30% to us, not only in lumber capacity, almost another 1 billion board feet of pressure-treated lumber to spread in an area that's rapidly growing down from Florida all the way up into both Carolina states and west, into Ohio and other areas that are close by within 300, 400 miles. So we really got into a big market and a market that is growing, a lot of hurricane damage down there as well. So our order files look really strong going out. So we're very happy with the timing, not happy with disasters and things like that, but certainly we're going to be there to assist in those opportunities.
Yeah, and talk to us about your assistance to areas like Hawaii, where there was a catastrophic fire some time ago. Los Angeles, we all know what happened there, and the Carolinas as well. How active are you there?
We are. We're very active in Hawaii. Sadly, in Hawaii, you know, it's been year 3 after that Lahaina disaster. There's only been a handful of structures. The permitting and sort of the red tape in Hawaii is painful, and there's just a lot of studying and things going on there. But we believe we'll start to see more rebuild in Lahaina, which will give our Maui division some more business there towards the end of this year and into next. And we have supplied the first school. They fast-tracked that, so we got that one completed, and we're the #1 supplier there. So we'll continue to see things happen. California, we produce fire retardant lumber just east of Los Angeles at a couple of our plants there, and we are seeing our order file there grow as the rebuild for Pacific Palisades and around that area. It will come quicker, we believe, than the Hawaii rebuild. 10 to 12,000 homes, you know, we think will get rebuilt over the next 5 to 7 years. I don't think you'll see it come too quick, but we've already seen our order files go up. As those buildings get replaced and those structures, they'll probably use fire retardant lumber, which is a big piece and growing in our pressure treated category.
The company has the ambition of being the #1 provider of pressure-treated lumber in the United States, correct? And where are you now in terms of your position in that market?
Yeah, you know, we continue to grow. It's hard to put exact numbers because a couple of our competitors are private, so they don't really report too much. But, you know, we're sitting in the U.S. at, you know, over 2.2 or 2.3 billion feet. And, you know, we're quite, you know, we've got to say we're right up there now. And we will continue to grow and grow other product lines alongside the treated to service our customers.
Is that a goal that you will achieve through further acquisitions in the United States?
Correct, Paul. We've got a lot of runway left. There's certain geographies, the Northeast and parts of Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, those areas, we're not quite 100% in yet. We're getting there. But through acquisition, we believe over the next you know, couple of years, we'll have our footprint all over the U.S. and adding value to our customers.
What kind of home renovation season do you see coming up for both Canada and the United States? And is it correct to believe that spring and summer are when that activity heats up?
Correct, and we're forecasting internally a flat year to 2024 on volume and takeaway, just because of all the uncertainty. We don't see consumer confidence crashing, nor do we see it being very strong. So I think it's steady as she goes, Paul, and we'll see. Everyone's kind of scratching their head on the tariffs, wondering how that will affect the consumer, because at the end of the day, if inflation comes in on these products, while very good for our company, quite frankly, does the consumer start to shy away from all different products if they're inflated by 20% or whatever those numbers are? So we'll have to see how that plays out, but frankly, our retail partners are looking for a flat year as well.
Okay, so as we've noted, the company has a very strong, sizable footprint in the United States, is very active in the United States. What is the company's exposure, or what are your thoughts on the possibility of a Canada-U.S. trade war and how it might affect your industry and particularly your company?
Sure. So we press released back in January when the tariff talks started that thankfully 95% of our revenues would not be affected or cross the border. So our company's in very good shape from that standpoint. So what I mean by that is we're business to business in Canada, business to business in the United States. We do have a wholesale specialty division that does cross border, but the tariffs will have to get baked in, as these products are not just found and replaced in the United States. They do need our lumber. So really, we're a little bit untouched there. The tariffs going back down on the U.S. that our Prime Minister will put in could inflate products that come north. A lot of building products, you wouldn't think that, but a lot come from the U.S. siding and insulation. A lot of different things come up from the U.S. engineered wood. So those products could get inflated here. I'm not sure how great that is for our builders here in Canada. We'll have to see. But on a B2B basis, we're not really affected, which Doman's in good shape.
Amar, thank you so much for making time to speak with us. Amar Boman is Chief Executive